Hi. Hello. Oh, there's good. Well, I was looking at the thing, and the game wasn't appearing, and I'm like, oh no. Now what do I do? But we're here now. Yay! It's Friday. I'm pretty happy about that. Oh. I'll admit I kind of set things up a little willy-nilly at the last second, but you guys don't come here for professionalism. Alright. Clean my glasses. Say hello to all the nice people. Oh shit, I should tweet that I'm live. Oh, really, Leno? Okay, well. Twitch.tv/me. Oh wait, that's a good one. I have announced that the stream she is live. I will pin it to my profile. Admittedly, the stuff with Mewtwo is a little weird. I like the movie overall. I get your criticism, Milena. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm just easily distracted. You guys can see me good. Okay, perfect. Where's my dashboard? It's over here. Hooray and huzzah. Alright. Hey, Unlimited. Hey, Trident. More Phoenix. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. The movie just felt a lot like the show. And speaking of a movie that feels like a show, this is not really either, but okay. As usual, if you guys have any like thoughts or problems with the sound or the video, let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna jump right in. Oh, sadness. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? I'm gonna lower the volume here a bit because I can't hear myself. Fug. There we go. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? He slayed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. For never, never. Nick. Well. Yo, how's everyone doing? I'm a professional. What do you think of my performance today, huh? Shanghai Noon. I had him swooning in the aisles. Huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, wow. Tell me the truth, it was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. Baka. Is this like, before we get to this weird threesome with Larry, I still can't get over that shirt of his. I know that's like an old PC logo. What YouTube video, Unlimited? I know Skeletor sent me something and I forgot to reply. I'll check it out later. Don't worry about it. I think you can do better than that. Come on. I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Stupid asshole. Let's talk a bit first. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today, I'm not gonna lie. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick. That boat shop caretaker guy's pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Now I'm not wet anymore. Sorry. I gotta stop laughing at my own jokes. I'm not Jimmy Fallon. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Oh, I should turn the sound off on this so that my reminders to eat my oatmeal. Hey, Lude. Yeah, sorry I didn't respond to the other one you sent me. I woke up and I had to rush out to work. I was late for work and I had toast in my mouth and I bumped into Senpai. Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? Oh, this breaks my heart. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. I don't know. The people who can do that really fast, I really admire them. They're like Super Saiyans. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. I feel a sneeze. Okay, no, I'm not sneezing. Okay. You guys are silly. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yeah, in grade school. I love this part. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry. I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final. No, I ate the sneeze. The sneeze is now back inside me. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. Because Japan's kind of fucked up. A class trial? Well, this could be good. You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade. Kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, his kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Back then, that's the equivalent to 500 US now, which is 8 million Canadian. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day, we had a classroom trial, with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty, you did it. Guilty, it was you. Thief, give the money back. You're such a meanie. Don't play with him, just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. Oh, no, but yeah, no, you should be allowed in the relay. We're on the library committee. Give me back 50 cents. Hey, did you rob that bank the other day? Hey, are you the Zodiac Killer? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. So yeah, in the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it, which is so fucked up. That is really messed up. That's like, that could never, if this happened in this day and age, the teacher would be arrested, the kids would be sent to Azkaban or whatever the fuck it is, like kids prison. Like, that is so messed up. But they did it to Phoenix. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. Aww. Little... You know who he looks like? This is a stupid pull. If anyone's watching Dragon Ball Super, that dumb little Saiyan kid who's obsessed with Vegeta, Cabba, looks like Cabba in this. Yeah, the kids get sent to Alcatraz. That's what I meant. Sorry. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles? Look at this Detective Conan-ass looking nerd. Oh my god, his mouth is like 5 inches open. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Give him the guillotine. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. Shorts are way too short. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. You could have done that this whole time. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were best of friends. Oh. Wow. I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot how deep my voice was back then. Wow. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone. Without a friend in the world. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been reading the last few lines. What did they say? Oh. You did a good thing, Larry. Well, yeah. I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd have been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine like when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Do kids need to wear ID badges in school now? Is that a thing they have to do? Man. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." It was some real schlocky amateur shit. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Angie I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he'd become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why he became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? Isn't that the most romantic fucking thing you've ever heard in your life? God. I stand like just the world's greatest romantic. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. Yeah, this is how all the good hentai start. In court. Okay, stop that, Dan. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Wow, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. 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 We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? I mean, that was already the plan, Maya. We didn't get this far. Yeah, this is that wholesome hentai. Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I tell for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go. Let's see, what did we get rid of? We didn't get rid of that much. Ooh, I was hot out there. Hot. I'm glad someone's happy about how this case is going. He seems too happy to care about anything I show him. I appreciate when Phoenix does that. Let's go to Gourd Lake. Hey, pal! Long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? Got so worked up, I snapped my thigh in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. Ergo. It's my duty as a police officer. Officer? Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Yeehaw. He's gonna tackle the fuck out of that old man. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Did you see, like, the bulge? It's really all about arresting today. No, I don't have a parrot in my pocket. I'm just happy to see all of you. Alright. Oh, one other thing. No one can go into the woods today. We've been seeing Slendermans. The woods? Where Lotto was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He's the most boring of the Power Rangers. He got pretty mad. No one can go in there for a while. I guess Lotta is in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Away. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Let's go look at some boats. Oh, I completely forgot the voice I was doing for the boat rental guy. Ah, whatever. I haven't really been consistent this time. At any of these. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Haha, hello. Well, what might you be doing here? Out for a walk? It's not his original accent, but I like this one better. The days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg. This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Ho ho! What do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Away. Thanks. Bye, Felicia. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Let's go to the Love Shack. Were those there yesterday? Those delicious looking steaks? Nobody's home. Hello, hello. Squawk. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello. Squawk. I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, hello. Is that right? Hey, Can-Do. Welcome to the shit show. Let's examine for clues. Old people clues. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Ah, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in a very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick? Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This actually, I'm getting actually super excited. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? Oh, hey, that guy from March. I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Like, fucking 10 out of 10, triple S clue. Letter from the safe added to the court record. There's nothing left in the safe. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Ah! What? What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered they're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See, that's why I didn't want to tell you. Oh, Maya. That fishing pole looks expensive. Maybe we should bring... Oh, wait, we already saw this. Yeah. Some of this is going to be repetitive. It doesn't look like he used his kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right. But don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker. And we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been here back here since the trial. Okay, I think we're good. Wait, that was the wrong button, sorry. Unlimited, so basically, this is food from before he was called to testify. Like, it's to kind of signify that he hasn't been back since the trial, so he's on the lam, basically. Let's go see if Edgeworth's down to talk. Yeah, there's our boy. I see. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story today about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh. Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably really only mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. He's got a big crush on you. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Edgeworth. Yeah, that's better. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth. Why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes. The man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. I'm saying this with a straight face. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in an elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in the elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Now let's talk about this perfectly nice and reasonable prosecutor. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He is my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, in his lovemaking, 10 out of 10. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he's taken on, none were left unsolved. Not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. It's not how the law works. But whatever, okay. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. Wow, okay. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Let's give him a present. Sorry. I'm not sure I can help you with that. What are you showing me this picture for? No reason. You know, I was impressed by your deduction in the trial today. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still. Nick, you noticed. Alright, okay, so here. I'm sure I can help you with the parrot. Ah, yes. It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow. Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Even though I just admitted that I have partial amnesia for those events. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Nick, no! Yeah, that was a bad idea. That's a photo of his father! Don't show him that! You're right. Now probably isn't a good time to judge up those memories. What is it? Nothing. I farted. Huh? Oh, yeah. Edgeworth, you see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge? On moi? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, Wright. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men? Meaning myself and Robert Hammond? It also says, this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi Bear? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Yenny Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We had just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. Oh no, the day of Lavos. The quake was incredibly strong. It was like Quake 3. Yeah, Edgeworth, you know, you can't pick your heroes. Yeah, Lena, you got that right. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. Are elevators, like, airtight? Like, I was assumed they're not. Like, this confused me back when I first played this game. It's like, if you're trapped in an elevator, do you run out of air? Like, I'm genuinely confused by this, and I realize I should have Googled this before asking you guys. Sorry, it just reminded me that. We became unsettled. Harold, I can't breathe. Also, I feel really sexy, so I'm gonna rip my shirt open. Actually, he's the only one. He seems to be the only one who's freaking out. Like, Miles is chilling, his dad just seems a little annoyed. Quiet. said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. So wait, are they saying that he did do it, but it's okay? That's weird. Huh. But isn't that strange? See, Maya agrees. This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. Mainly being in prison. Jail, technically. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. It's private. It's about my cravat. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Dun dun dun. I think the time has come to tell all. The nightmare. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. There's a new Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's terrible, yet arousing all at once. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Ah! What? What are you... Oh, what? What are you... Stop breathing my air! No! Father! He's attacking Father! Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Oh no, devil trick. Ooh, And with that scream, I wake, realizing that I threw that gun like a total wuss. Also, who throws guns? It's a bone-chilling scream. The Monster Mash. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. Hey, that rhymes. But, that's just a dream, right? 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 That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Like Wolverine. Or me. Fuggins. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot the sheriff. I mean, my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do. Like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. Gumshoe, I think she means. Oh, Grossberg, actually, probably. Mr. Grossberg. Hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. Also, put something else on your wall. It looks weird. Ma. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, hmm? It's Mr. Edgeworth. He's a son of a bitch. Poor Maya. It's very emotional. Yeah, you shot that man. I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. Only a dream? I wonder. Why? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, hmm? Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder, yes. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, as you imagined. Mr. Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father, looking like a real badass in the middle of it. The pistol fired, and the deed was done, all because he threw that gun. No! I don't believe it. Even though he tried to get me convicted and I don't have many personal stakes in this. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Did it? Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. And that's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. You think this would arouse some suspicions, but I guess, whatever. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, they called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Mr. Fay. I just realized that Misty Fay is Mystify. God. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, and wouldn't make much sense because he wouldn't be tried as an adult. And obviously they could explain that for the same reason as the bailiff, that he was suffering from oxygen deprivation. But no, okay, fine, whatever. But a possibility nonetheless. She was a beautiful woman. I'm truly sorry about what I did. Huh? Sorry about what? I think I'll stay out of this one. So Grossberg is, if I remember from one of the previous cases, Grossberg was leaking information to that awful guy in the pink suit, which has something to do with this case. Quite sorry. I have nothing to say concerning that. Oh ho! So this is the letter? It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent. So why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What is it? His letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Huh. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Von Karma. Well, wait! You're right, my boy! This is Von Karma's handwriting. I'm sure of it. How the plot sickens. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? This incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll see the completion of not one but 2 trials. All thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the DL6 incident has done will never be eased. If it truly was von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Perhaps Mr. Edgeworth talks in his sleep. while he is cuddled up spooning with Manfred von Karma. Yet I do know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial, but Gregory Edgeworth accused von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. Must have been quite a shock for von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Sorry. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or, to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Miss Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim, unlike myself. I understand. The police materials. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy. Yogi? Oh, it's you! I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone, huh? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if you could check out the records room again? Well, now, I can't just have anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now, anyway. You can go in as long as he's there, Von Karma? Yeah, he just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had any time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick, the file for DL6. It's completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Eek! Oh my god, Jesus. The Karma. Yo! How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? Ahem. I beg your pardon. You see, I really remember defense attorneys. Also, look at this friendly face I'm making. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second rate. Oh. Mr. Von Karma? You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney. Why? Because he dealt a... Oh. Sorry. Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. What's up with that? That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Tantric defense. No, that's stupid. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know, Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. This is stupid, but you have to do this. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi? How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? Oh, this is gonna hurt. A stun gun. For self-defense. Usually. So how evil is this right now? This is very evil. Indeed. 6,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. Shit's for real. I'm just gonna check something real quick. $600,000. Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now, give me the letter. No! No! Whoa! What are you? Nick, run! Ah! Oh no. Maya! Wow! Wow! he got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. It's an atomic taser. It's an atomic stun gun. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya, she okay? Maya. Maya, open your eyes. Maya. The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. No, you're not, honey. You are a goddamn fucking hero, and I love you forever. I stand you. I stand you so hard. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. I mean, to be fair, you haven't gone to law school, so for you to try and just improvise this is not reasonable. Not even now, when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya. Ugh. There has to be some way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Or, considering she's a skinny 17-year-old girl who just got hit with like a really powerful stun gun, we might want to get her to a hospital. Like maybe that's just me and my weird obsession with not dying. Huh? Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. DL6 bullet stashed in pocket. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Also, maybe Edgeworth will be innocent. That'd be rad. Save your progress? Yes. Alright. I'm not ending the stream, but I do need just a little tiny break. I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes. Not ending the stream. I'm just putting on BRB. Use this time to try and figure out nothing. Manfred von Karma is evil. There's nothing to figure out. We're gonna fuck him up. We're gonna fuck him up real bad. And then there will be good justice. Everybody will be happy with the justice. So I'll be right back. I'll miss you. Alright, I'm back. I am hydrated now. Hooray. I've also dehydrated, but in the healthy way. That was too much sharing, I'm sorry. Alright, let's continue. Just reopen this dashboard so I can keep an eye on you, you little whippersnappers. Alright, beautiful. Alright. Save it. Why not save again? Alright. This is it. Judgment Day. No? Okay. Today, things are gonna get settled at last. A lot of things. Ah! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Do you carry a lot of static shock when you've been tasered? Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. There. Hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Here, let's show you a picture of your dead dad. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right. Good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Ooh yeah, pal. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How'd it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Oh, thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Oddly erotic. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. That has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember. And I'm gonna prove it. Meanwhile, Gumshoe's just breathing heavily. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Otherwise, I will pick a random person in the audience and convict them of the murder. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the Bolt Rental Shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Oh yeah, go outside and discharge. That does. Ooh. Yeah, that could be interpreted your way. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives on the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost his memory of his name and identity. Witness. Oh wait.
Why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony.
I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing.
God, doing his voice kills.
But it's my best one yet. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. Well, that's oddly specific. So my testimony yesterday stands as is.
Fall asleep right away, I love that. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi and I'm going to prove it.
Show you, motherfucker.
I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger.
Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony.
He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi.
Then why did you leave? I was just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of gourmand, you see. She only eats those high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested till this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kinda got lost, you see.
The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
I see. So he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. Yeah, right on the minute. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, Get exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? It's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please, continue. Oh.
How can you say you have no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please, don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
To prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. We've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? I believe it does, motherfucker. Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. What? What's he talking about? I don't understand. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Oh, now this is getting interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yeah, well, if you were a lawyer in Psychonauts Land, it'd be a lot easier. Yogi. That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident. It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness is lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. I mean, wouldn't they have, like, fingerprints or something? Nick, how are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor? Oh, I completely forgot. I really... Please take this man's fingerprints, then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with this stuff. Yep. I fell into the vat and came out the Joker. Yeah, they might have his DNA on file, but that one seems like a bit more of a stretch. You would think the finger... Nobody takes toe prints. Nobody takes toe prints. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No. Test, test, test. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened, I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There's no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one! Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Tisk, tisk, etc. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief,
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? And here we go. What is it, Nick? No. You're not going to... Your Honor? The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my... proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. I love this game so much. Yeah. Order, order! I've been so excited ever since I noticed that parrot when we first went into the shack, because I remember. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. So do I. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Oh. Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, hell yeah. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff. Oh, wait. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. What a pretty bird. Hello, pretty bird. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me. It must be hurt. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. I love how the judge is like, well, alright, it's my job. I'm doing it. Hello. Squawk. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? I'm gonna fucking yell at this bird is what we're gonna fucking do. Phoenix, you know, but or whatever. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Maybe it's a girl thing. Right. What do I say? Maybe I should get her to say her name? Polly, what's your name? Polly, squawk. I'm pretty good at my bird voice. Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Yes, it does. Ah, fascinating.
You claim that the parrot's name will prove our owner's identity. Then show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. You're on. The proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Oh no. I might have drawn myself into a corner here. I think your random guesses here is a waste of court time. Uh-oh, wrong again. That is all. Witness, continue your testimony. So no, I don't. I think that was a dead end. Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Oh my god, you look like a crazy person. This is really goofy. Oh yeah. Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. As I recall, 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something? Quack! Don't forget DL6! Quack!
Right, okay, yeah.
If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello, Squawk. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot. Hello, Squawk. Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. Oh, this is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Tisk, something the matter, Mr. Wright.
Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot. Could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if he'd forgotten anything?
Well, I guess we'll try the third answer.
Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Why not? Let's go for it. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ah, ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? One, two, two, eight. I'm a genius. DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with the case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? Let me check. Where was it again? Just to be on the safe side. Case summary. Okay, got it. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago. Happy murderversary, everyone. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah. Use the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Okay, of course he's gonna object. This is some fucking weird ass bullshit. Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM's card number to 001 because I'm number one. Okay. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. Indeed. Alone, it's a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more, if we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right. But what? Humph. Very well, witness, you may continue. Can I get her to say anything different? I'll try this again, because maybe you're supposed to ask for it after the safe thing? I don't know. No, it's not. Yeah, these last two cases, they get a little tough. There might be some saves coming up, guys. I'm really sorry about that. Oh man, guys, I'm honestly, okay, hold on. I don't know why I keep doing that by accident. Okay.
I don't want to have to look up the answer. I really don't, but this is... I love these games. I hate moments like these. Elena, I'll have nothing. I'll have none of that back sass. Thank you very much. There's some integrity there somewhere. See if asking for the name is relevant again. Oh, wow. It's quite a large file you got there. Which page is this proof on then? Show us, so stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? I don't know if you guys saw what I saw. I really should read the case notes a little more. Page 3. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. I'll be a son of a gun. I should have got that earlier. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly. Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog. She calls Phoenix. Oh my god. That'll be a lot funnier in a game or two, guys. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. I think Phoenix is a good name for a dog, Unlimited. Not as good as Ziggy, but immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as bailiff in this very court.
Yeah, I just realized dental records. That would be, yeah. Yeah, no, and he's sober. He's been acting. He's an amazing actor. Order, order. Yanni Yogi. So, was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook.
Oh, sad grandpa. Yeah, there will be more liars on the stand right now.
So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
Wait a moment. Revenge? Against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Von Karma, where's Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I'd like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Yeah. Yeah. That is all. This court is adjourned. Well, I guess that's it. We're about to see the nice prologue for this case and have a good old fancy pants time. Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. I'm mad kinky. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell him he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell him he killed his own dad.
Uh-oh, what do I do? I mean, as his bud, I should probably not let him do that. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. I'm back in college and I have no pants on. The teacher is my grandma. He's not walking away from this. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. You fucking idiot. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me, even though I'm pointing over there at Wright. Why is he pointing there? That's a vase. Order, order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold trial right here, right now. We tried this man for the crime of 15 years ago. Can we do that? Is that legal? Or I think it would take to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit right here. I love it when the stress music, like when the music kind of follows you into the lobby. Like that's the sign that that shit is not getting relaxed. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. I'm a bad boy. So bad. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. This is crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record one more. Getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. Love this fucking series. Well, what are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in the court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just the beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Why are you so hot right now? It's gonna be a hell of a long day. Elena, he calls his penis the court record, though. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do the cross-examining. Statute of limitations on DL6 runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you know this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That'll be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Oh, snap. Oh, shit.
Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence.
So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in the elevator?
Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed, no one came to help.
What did you do then?
I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then...
What was it?
A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
And you picked it up. What happened next?
Yeah.
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it?
I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick I panicked.
So, you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was in a daze.
The gun fired once.
Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot. And that horrible scream.
The scream. To this day?
Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live.
There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. But I don't know what it means.
Better find out and quick. So off the bat, this says that the bullet was fired twice. Did he make a statement about that? No, that's the other gun. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? Don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. It's on page 2, I'm pretty sure, but I'm gonna check again. Victim data. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Hey, what? What do you mean? Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? He's got a point. Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? Yes, I do actually. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. No, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? Look at this photograph. You know, the Ace Attorney official Twitter made reference to this a day or two ago. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Oh, this is a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in this photo. Let's put our finger right in this hole. That should be obvious. The contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. Smug Phoenix is smug.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL-6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary. That's on page 1. And it was depleted at the time with no clues found on the scene. Well, yeah.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue is found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter, the whole truth. Nothing but, it was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order, I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why are you saving the game? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all of my conjectures are for nothing. Oh man, I would love a big hug. No! But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. And now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely! I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Your Honor, I object. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what ground do you object,
Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Grah. It must exist. Second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet.
It existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
Ah, this sounds so desperate. The murderer! Tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullets? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? Also, why am I a spirit medium now? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean,
if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you?
it's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Ooh. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of murder, the murderer himself was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes. I guess that's how it worked, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yen Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
the murderer came from outside, yes. Well, what do you know? The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the wussy boy picks up the pistol and at his feet and throws it. I don't like the sound of wussy boy. But look at him. The tie, the shorts. Ah, he's adorable. Oh. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick.
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the Deal 6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma.
Oh, man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? What do you mean save it for a better time? Come on. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking. I'm sweaty. Me is spaghetti.
V. Wood.
Von Karma.
Von Karma?
Huh. I like to think everyone is losing their fucking mind right now.
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there?
Bah!
You don't object? You don't object? You don't object?
Oh, I'm losing my mind. I'm loving this.
Humph. I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? It's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
Alright, Von Karma. I'll prove it. I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is...
Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible for all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. Oh, you object now? Oh, there's the tea. Smell that. Ooh, that's sweet. What's really great, I think they pointed this out, but you'll notice he grabs his arm a lot.
I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means... you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of trial. This is invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we have to end it right here, right now.
Yeah. Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know. We have to give it a shot. He reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to the DL6.
What a slimy ass motherfucker. Yeah, the beeps are pretty loud, Elaine. I'm sorry about that.
Prove! I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course you can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
It's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No. I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
Wow.
You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
Wow.
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. Thank you, Maya.
That's... a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. He's doing pretty well for somebody who was stun gunned actually a few hours ago. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know. Oh, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Ow. Get away. Get away from my daddy. Bang. Ooh, It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. You scram. He attack. Mr. Von Karma? You dare to fire me! So was you? Yeah, he's becoming Super Saiyan Von Karma. You and your father, I'm a curse. Oh. Come on, one more. Yeah, that's it, big boy. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death. Motherfucker's gonna pass out. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! Not my fault. It was a shock like none I'd ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black, and the lights must have gone out. I went into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was Destiny. I love Destiny. I was so excited for Destiny 2. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Disc, disc, disc. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, we did it fine. That is all. This court is adjourned. Also, don't worry. I'm pretty sure Von Karma's getting the chair after this.
Nick, we did it! Yeah! We did it! Wu-Tang! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual.
Oh yeah, I think this is what makes Phoenix a legend from now on.
He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. Ah! I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. Hell, when that parrot came up, I was sure I had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory.
So it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right.
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. So this is how humans do it. Thank you, Wright.
You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that. Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
He's got you there.
Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. Tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. I see.
Whoop! I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hey, y'all! Why?
Alright.
Lotta!
Y'all right in there! Victory, yeehaw! Thank you!
Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which,
Oh, wait. Speaking of which, what are you gonna do now, Lotta? Oh, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? Oh, that's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick. I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kianse. She's going to live in Paris, Nick. Paris, Nick. Nick, Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Angie, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Angie. Here. A little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Hey, Bats, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Oh, wait. Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think it'll be fine there. Right? Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? I remember this. Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly. Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen? Wasn't that the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No! Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. He saw the money lying there. The rest is history. I was never good at history. Hey, Mel. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Wow, I should sure expect unexpected turn of events, huh? Edgeworth? Should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Oh yeah, Mel, this is the wrap up, the wrap party. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily too. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if I'd only known, I'd become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. You fucking believe this shit? For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. Whipping myself all the time with my prosecutor's belt. If I had known the truth, I
might have become a defense attorney after all.
Edgeworth.
Want to switch, Wright?
Hey, y'all. Line up. I'll take a photo.
Hey, photo time. Let's go. And after that, dinner on me.
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. He celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Lotta just likes to be places. Ugh. I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Oh, what's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. Become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye?
What time is it?
God, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station.
Gotta run after her. Let her know that she was the culprit all along. I guess I'm too late.
Hey, Nick. Maya. Oh, just kiss you two.
So, you're leaving.
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait.
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
Gotta save in case Maya turns out to be an accidental killer. On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes. Only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you're the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence? Really, Nick? Evidence? We're having like a heart-to-heart at the train station? You're gonna show evidence?
Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. It's really weird that you say that, but, you know.
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced he'd taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh?
I'm gonna complete my training and come back.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
That's so fucking adorable. I don't know about that. Wow, that's loud as fuck.
So, this is it.
See you soon, Maya. Oh, I need to make that as wallpaper. I'm gonna... Thanks, Nick. So my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters.
Ha! Don't you think you've graduated? Don't think you've graduated, Mr. Wright.
Perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim.
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this. So this is weird. This does... Okay, I don't know if I... Oh, is the 5th case not in here?
Hey, pal. Mr. Edgewood came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise.
Whoop! Detective Gumshoe!
Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
Okay, so we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna... yeah, I'm very confused too, Elena, trust me.
Huh, Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a shop. That Missy's a nice lady. It's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah.
Larry's a fucking asshole. I'm checking right now if it's got a 5th case, actually.
Oh, right. Yes, I remember him. I heard he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Shut up, Payne.
Phoenix Wright. Ah, yes, the defense attorney who wrote the affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know, I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. I've completely forgot what voice I was doing.
Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Ah, yes, me as understudy, was it not? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him as of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see?
Why does he fucking keep saying that?
Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. You know, they're putting it on DVD, one of them box sets now, no DVD, at least your low words, everything these days. I don't know, just keep it up.
Sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal, Sniff. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public until the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know.
Christ. Fucking weirdos.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she got a call standing on the waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Bank Princess trading cards. She says you can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? Right, who's that? Let's talk Bank Princess, alright. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day. I saw her, the one that said the Pink Princess too. What a dog. Just kind of shocked for a boy in my tender age. Never know. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Oh, me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. Spooky yeehaw. For real. Now that's a talent. I'm
I'm gonna be famous.
What a fucking weirdo. Shinji Mikami. I don't know if it's the same in Shinji Mikami, but whatever. Oh, right, wait, yes, there is a ghost in that picture. Never mind. You almost had me. That's nice, I like that. This case is fucking nuts. Oh man, alright. Oh yeah, Rise from the Ashes is fucking crazy. It was not in... So the reason that looks like an ending there is because... is because that's where the original... This is a Game Boy Advance game in Japan, and when it was ported to North America and Europe and stuff, it was ported as DS game, and they added a 5th case to the DS game. And it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Alright. Let me just see here. How long has it been? We've been... how long have we been streaming for? Looks like... Have we been... Oh yeah, we've been streaming for 3 hours. Wow. Okay. Well, I think this is a good place to call it. This game's been re-released a few times. Remember, this whole series was released on the Wii a few years ago in Japan first. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna play again soon. I got a nice little weekend coming up. I got some stuff for family, but you guys are also family. Because you have the family you're given and the family you make, and I firmly believe that because of that, you should all, just adopt me into your homes, and feed me macaroni and cheese, and tell me I'm a good boy. I don't know about that last part. It feels like I'm asking to be treated like a dog, which I'm not. Not on the first date anyway. Okay, I'm making this super weird, so we're gonna call it a night. Thank you for joining me. I'm really happy I got to hang out with you guys. And as always, don't be like me. Don't fuck it up. Bye, guys. Have a good Friday.